So I grafted these 3 days ago, and in my climate and my conditions, 3 days is enough for it to heal. So I'll remove the string and check on how well they're unified. So this is an aerial carpus that I'm attempting to do a bottom graft on. It seems to have taken. The surrounding flesh is already dry. So this was similar to how I did the Impale graft. So it's an Impale bottom graft. So I'll place it in the soil where the aerial carpus root still grows, and we'll see how that goes. This is the astrophytum that has not grown almost anything in the past year. I grafted, so hopefully it'll take. It seems interesting. If it fails, I think there's enough material to attempt a regraft. I thought this one is quite interesting. Hopefully it survives. Here's the Luphophora that was side grafted. You can see that the graft union is already smaller, and with time it'll essentially disappear. Here's a Luphophora. So some of these grafts seem to have taken, but after a few days is when I really know, since it takes a while to show new growth. Another Luphophora. And yeah, my original idea was to do side Impale grafts, but maybe I was hungry or something. I got really frustrated on the very first one and decided to just do regular grafts. So if I had a Snickers, it probably would have worked out, because you're not you when you're hungry. Commercials are pretty funny, considering most of us don't realize how much of an influence they actually have. There's like some government promotional ads that run here in Brazil against like keeping pooled water to prevent mosquito proliferation. And my aunt took it like to heart basically when we came here. She's like, oh, we're in war against mosquitoes. And that's per word how the state run ad ran. I thought it was pretty funny since she's pretty against I guess, the establishment. I thought it was pretty funny how an ad worked so much to influence her. And many people, I guess. Just something really interesting about human psychology, I guess. So most of these grafts seem to have taken. Like I said, it takes a few days to really know, but none are dried out so far, and they seem to be pretty stuck. This one has a gap underneath, but the other side seems to have taken flush, so this one might work out as well. If you look on this side, there's like an air gap between the stalk and the scion, but the opposite side is fine, so it'll most likely take. And here's the final and the only Impale graft that I actually did. So hopefully this one will have positive results, since it's a larger stock. It should grow better than my original reattempts at side impale grafts. I could probably trim this, but I'll leave it alone. Based on touch, the graft did not take, but I'll leave it alone since we don't need perfect graft union. This astrophytum I did a few months back in the winter, and the bottom has a very poor graft union, but it has taken, and recently it has grown a bit. Yet this Aerocarpus has a very flat, perfect union all around, but the growth has been quite slow. But temperatures are starting to rise, so everything's growing a little bit faster now. And here's my favorite mammillaria, the soab. I guess that's how you pronounce it. This is the subspecies with an H. I have no idea how to pronounce it. But the flowers on this are amazing. This is the only one I grafted. I have most of these on own roots, and I plan to keep it that way. But yeah, this is my favorite cactus so far. Well, the species at least. So here's the new grafts after being repotted. The possibly failed side impale graft, laid so that the taproot goes into soil, and the bottom graft, which I should have done more of. And here's the other bottom graft. So my next grafting will be more bottom grafts to see the potential. And since most cacti graft near the base, like Trichoceres and even globular cacti, they very often pup at the base. Since, well, the science is that there's an accumulation of carbohydrates that doesn't move up, and after a certain point it pops. So yeah, that's just a quick update. And yesterday I watered my cacti collection, so I didn't do a water vlog since it's not very popular, but I wanted to mention that is for my own record.